Let's discuss this and more with Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California. He's a key member of the Judiciary Committee. He's also a candidate for the U.S. Senate. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. As all of our viewers will remember, you led the impeachment inquiry into Donald Trump back in 2019, which was also started without a full House vote. What do you make of Speaker McCarthy's move today to launch a new inquiry into President Biden without a full House vote?
Well, this is really based on two things. It's based on the weakness of Kevin McCarthy's speakership, the fact that he doesn't have the moral authority with his members, doesn't have control over his conference, and is beholden to the most extreme elements who want an impeachment of Joe Biden, an impeachment without evidence. And second, this is again Kevin McCarthy doing the bidding of Donald Trump. Donald Trump wants to somehow dilute the stain of his impeachments. He wants to try to weaken Joe Biden going into the presidential election. So this is Kevin McCarthy doing what Donald Trump says once again. And I'll tell you what it's not. It's not impeachment based on high crimes or misdemeanors or any evidence of such things. This is an essentially evidence-free impeachment, and it is purely politically motivated by McCarthy and Donald Trump.
But do you not have any concerns about the questionable business dealings of Hunter Biden and possible ties to the president when he was vice president?
Well, there's been no evidence of ties to the president or any evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of Joe Biden. Look, I don't think any presidential family member should traffic on the family name. I didn't think so of the Trump kids, and I don't think Hunter Biden should have either. But that's a long cry from saying that the president has engaged in any wrongdoing. He hasn't. This is, of course, nothing to do with evidence. Again, this is Donald Trump exerting his will over Kevin McCarthy beholden to his MAGA elements in the conference, trying to cling on to the speakership for one more day, one more week, maybe one more month.
In our recent CNN poll, and I suspect you probably saw it, 42% of voters say they do believe President Biden acted illegally when it comes to Hunter Biden's business dealings. How do you respond to that?
You know, look, there are huge media enterprises like Fox, Newsmax, OAN that continue to trumpet falsehoods. It's why Fox was forced to pay $750 million for deliberately pushing out lies about the last election. So yes, their viewers are going to believe the worst because that's what they're going to hear from these propaganda outfits. But nevertheless, in terms of evidence, in terms of what the founders had in mind, evidence of high crimes and misdemeanors, it is completely lacking. And, you know, once again, we see, I think, a degradation of the House of Representatives under Kevin McCarthy, brought yet one step lower again. There were the bogus censures like I had to go through. Now they prepare ready for a bogus impeachment. And, you know, this is unfortunately what we can expect from a speaker who has essentially no ideology, no agenda except self-preservation in that office.
Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz is threatening to introduce a motion to remove Speaker McCarthy. Would you, Congressman, would you support that?
You know, it's going to be up to the Republicans to decide who they want to govern their conference. But I do think all these issues are interwoven because it is that fragility, that weakness in the debate over the budget. McCarthy has reneged on the deal he struck with Joe Biden. The conservatives want him to renege even further. And as a sop to those extreme elements in his conference, this appears to be the bargain. I will give you impeachment. Now, an impeachment is a serious thing. It's not something that should be a bargaining chip for Kevin McCarthy to give the Matt Gaetzes of the world to try to buy them off for another week. And it will just bring down this institution even further if this is the road they go down.
Congressman Adam Schiff, as usual, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll be right back with more news.